Welcome back to Initiative Coffee Company presents Bards Tale.
The Bards
Were you
Tale.
Bards. Where did we leave off, LaTia?
I knew you were going to call on me. At the beginning of last episode, we followed Skylark and his leaves. And we found warehouses. The
Yes.
leaves led us to warehouses. And some of us decided to camp out in one of the warehouses to scope out the living warehouse. Because the warehouse that we were in was dead. Yes.
Weird way to put it.
It is. I accept it. So this warehouse is full of people and they're unloading things, and now we're going to figure out what they're unloading and try not to die.
Well, and half of us went to sleep in a comfortable bed
We
in
did.
an inn.
Half of us did decide to
Rub
go.
it
And
in
then
a little harder.
Some of the other people decided to stay in the abandoned adjacent warehouse to see if anything special was happening at night, which nothing happened. So we got good sleep and breakfast, and then we brought breakfast to them.
And there was also a weird woman of
Yes.
the wilds. Look at that alliteration. Who informed some of us, mostly Ray, because he was the only one to talk to her, that there was a new power entering the game of gods.
Yes.
Yes.
A new power coming to Commonwealth
You
and
weird
something related
guy.
in nature. So then Ray shared that with the rest of the group, and for some reason, this did not surprise Joe because
Point of order, she said there was a new power coming to the Glass Shores.
the glass shores, that's right. But Skylark was not surprised by this for some reason and was even more assured that we should go to enter this warehouse complex.
Secondary point of order, Ray told you that there was a new power coming to Commonwealth. So,
Ah,
just be aware.
okay. I see what you did there.
Oops.
I don't know that it's going to make a difference one way or the other. But
Sure.
And that's why Bill should take more notes.
So wait, Bill told us Commonwealth, but Bill was told Glass Shores.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So as far as your character knows, Commonwealth.
Yes.
As far as he knows,
Now,
Glass Shores.
can I just ask a question?
Isn't this all the Glass
Point of
Shores?
order part 3. Can Ray just clarify that with the group, or do I need to make an intelligence check to remember that she actually said the Glass Shores before I can clarify that?
I would say that you are unaware that you've made the error.
Okay. All right.
Unless something jogs your memory.
Unless something comes up and you're like, oh
Commonwealth is
no.
on the glass shore, so that's
Yeah.
So,
we did it.
anyway,
We got
you left off with Joe approaching the gates of a
Hell.
pretty heavily fortified warehouse depot.
I'm really glad we
Yes.
have this because in my mind it was all industrial and new. So
Well, no.
I mean, I know
How
it's
could it
not,
be?
but
Like
just
20 people?
in my mind, it
I know.
was just.
I feel you. Like corrugated metal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, me too.
So it's all wood.
I know they don't have corrugated metal here.
So it looks like I can just open the door and walk in.
As soon as you approach the door, two
Oh, hold on.
gentlemen wielding crossbows
Before
step up to the edge of the.
before we approach, I would like to cast Enthrall on Joe.
What does it do?
Oh,
I'll tell ya.
how
Read
dare
it.
you!
It is a 2nd level spell. You weave a distracting string of words, causing creatures of your choice that you can see within range and that can hear you to make a wisdom saving throw. Any creature that can't be charmed succeeds on this saving throw automatically, and if you or your companions are fighting it, it has advantage, but on a failed save, the creature has disadvantage on its perception check to perceive any other creature than Joe.
No, you're not
Joe,
using it right.
Yeah, you wanna
roll
cast-
a wisdom save.
You want to cast that on other people, not on Joe.
This is
So
why you
you
need to
already
go to
cast.
the Bard College.
And you have advantage on this because you're half elf.
You
You
haven't
said I
thrown-
could cast it on someone
I am.
else.
I said you could cast it on other people.
So you could have casted
that's
it,
the
for
point.
example, you could cast it
It
on
says
the
that
guard.
you can cast it on other
Offensive.
people.
I don't
You
want
could
to
cast
cast
it on the
it.
guard.
Already cast the
It's
spell.
already happened.
Oh, that's mean. But okay, I'm rolling a save.
She should read
I
her
failed the
things.
save.
All right, you are
I have been
enthralled.
entranced by your wonderful
But
words.
she can dispel it. She can just drop it.
It only lasts a minute anyway. So.
Fuck you.
So wait,
Oh my
for right
gosh.
now, but wait, that means
What?
that he doesn't see the guards?
No, he doesn't.
That's
I
excellent.
disadvantage
Anybody but
to see
her.
the guards.
All right,
and I'm
so
just
he
like,
only.
Oh,
That's even better.
You're wonderful.
He's just
You
gonna
don't,
walk.
you don't see anyone but her.
He's just gonna walk right through.
For you.
All right,
I will
do it.
dispel-
This is happening.
I will dispel my spell.
How far do you get before she dispels her spell?
That would have been so awesome. If he just
He
walked
stumbles
right
right
past
in.
them like they didn't matter.
I
be
mean,
like-
I become very interested in what she's saying. I mean,
At least 30 feet.
That's true.
You're not sprinting, are you?
No, but like if she would have cast Enthrall, he would have been very interested in what she had to say, so he might have like not approached and focused on
It doesn't
her
say that
instead.
he's like fixated on her. He just
No,
he's-
but it's his
he
choice.
just has
to be
trouble
fixated
seeing
in
people that aren't her.
Don't we all?
Like guards.
Yeah, like everybody else is just kind of blurry and in the background, and then he sees her really
yeah.
clearly.
Two crossbow bolts later, Joe's dead.
Right.
oh no, I'll be fine.
So
I'll be fine.
Iona, you see as Skylark turns toward you, two people wielding crossbows approach the edge of the roofs.
Like this, Brian?
Yeah, just like that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And kind of like
climbed
train their
over.
crossbows on Skylark.
Well, I dispel the spell.
All right, they're still there.
Yep.
Hello, and I'll say hello again in Sylvan.
One of them looks down and, hello.
May we enter and speak with your leader?
No,
May I ask why?
it's a private depot.
But we are agents of the Emerald Blades.
I step back.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm backing up.
Skylark, tell him about your lady.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Big ass maple leaf.
Well, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
My lady is the fairest of all, and she sends her greetings to you.
That's not what I meant.
Well, that's pleasant.
Tell them her name.
Who's what?
Lianan Shi.
Duh.
I'm sure you've heard the name.
Am I supposed to recognize that?
Oh dear.
Oh no, this is getting very.
Walking away. Backing up. Walking away. Come back at night.
You saying this out loud?
He said this out
No,
loud.
I'm not saying any of that out loud.
Oi. And Glassshore is coming. Could one of you fellas meet us down by the door? I got something I don't exactly want to yell, if you know what I mean.
Roll the appropriate charismatic check. I don't know if you're trying to mislead them or not.
No, I'm not trying to lie. I literally want them to come to the door, so I'm not yelling up at them. So it's just
He's
persuasion.
just being
Yeah,
honest.
that's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
Nope. Just an 8. Nope. Just a 7.
We pretty busy today.
Right. I'm gonna go on a wild hunch here while they're watching me and do a little thieves can't signal to them, just to kind of like the recognition sign, like a something that Kate kind of like somebody else with
You
thieves
said
can't
it
would
was
recognize.
this when we were in the bar.
This.
Is it? Oh,
Third
it was,
finger in
it
the
was a
thumb.
circle with something.
Third finger in the thumb.
Maybe.
Is that some kind of spell you're trying to cast there?
No, mate. No. Hurt my finger. That's all. Listen, we'll come back another time.
Please don't.
Right. Yeah.
Tell me, did you see any strange lights nearby last night?
Oh, that's good.
Kind of like leans in the like office area, kind of mutters. No. Just some trick of the night sky.
That's a lie.
What?
That's a lie.
What do you mean it's a lie?
It's a lie.
How would you know?
Because I saw them too.
Roll a deception.
I'm
She did
not
see them.
deceiving.
She's not.
I
You
saw
were
them
also
for
the cause
sure.
of them. Roll a
Ooh,
deception.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
She's not lying. She's just omission
Yeah.
You were
Truths.
trying to mislead him
There's a
in one
fine
way or
line
another.
between lying and omitting.
Yeah.
Is there?
That's a 9.
That's a 9, so I got a 13.
Are you adding half of your proficiency?
Sounds
Jack
like
of all
she's-
trades.
No, I
it
got
sounds like
a
she-
14. Jack of all trades.
I'm not lying. What? You saw them too.
Of course.
Just what were you doing out here last night?
Patrolling, of course.
On behalf of whom?
As I said, on behalf of the Emerald Blades,
Nope.
No.
we are here to
I
inspect your
clap my hand
cargo
over his mouth
to
and pull
ensure
him back.
that none of your goods have been stolen in the night.
Roll, I guess, an opposed strength check.
Yes.
What are you trying to do?
I just clapped my hand over your
Oh
mouth.
no!
You win.
Yeah.
I win?
You
Okay.
rolled a
You
1.
clap your hand over his mouth
To stop him
about
from...
halfway through, just after, on behalf of the Emerald Blades, to see.
Right. We should be
Sorry.
going then. We must have found the wrong place.
Bye.
Sorry for the mistake.
No, I'm sure this is the right place.
yep.
Your
right?
mouth is shut.
Apologies. That's our cover. We wouldn't want to go yelling out the name of our organization around here, would we?
Pretty empty street. What organization is that on behalf of?
I'm now
Ours, of
35 feet away.
course.
Yeah, I'm backing up.
Which is
back there.
called.
Like I said, I don't want to yell it on the street.
Wrong warehouse, love. Come on. Time for breakfast.
Back away, not today.
Oh.
Disco lady.
That was Bardish of you.
We'll,
Nicely done.
well,
my bard master disco stew.
it's
talking.
clear that our message has not been properly given, as not to confuse anyone. We will make sure that it gets relayed properly so that you may intercept us in the proper way, and then back away.
Cheers.
I like that
Cheers.
she's like,
Righto.
yep, I'm just gonna write these papers. I don't have a table. I'm just shaking papers while I talk to you. Bye.
They look at you confusedly as you leave.
Excellent. Confusion is much better than suspicion.
Yeah.
Way
So that didn't go well.
We aren't talking about this 35 feet away. I'm like, follow me, please, so
Oh,
we
yeah.
don't all die. Right. Thank you.
35 within earshot. It didn't go well. We didn't infiltrate that effectively.
We move off the map.
better.
And using city
guys,
secrets.
I think we should shout
I get
about
us-
the Emerald Blades a little more.
I use
Gah!
my city secrets to weave in and out, Brian, between alleys and escapeways and drag everybody along with me. And while doing that, look over my shoulder and make sure no one's following us. And then when we get to a safe distance away, I suggest that we go to an inn, maybe not the inn where I work at, but some other inn. And
Roll a perception check.
okay, good.
And we all go to Skylar.
Hey, look at that. Nope, I
We didn't really have,
didn't succeed. 7.
No one is following you.
No one's following us. Let's go to another inn.
Okay.
You
Talk this
successfully
out.
get to another inn.
First, you wanted to wait until breakfast. Now you want to wait until after lunch?
You might have been right the first night, so let's wait until nighttime. Then we'll try it again, Skylark. Or better yet, maybe we ignore the leaves and we go find who's taken them stolen goods and get you all paperwork so you can go to the Bards College. Then you can get me a job there as the head chef. Deal?
I think you're overestimating
thought
our reach
this
with the
out.
Bards College, but we can give it a shot.
It's
I'm fine with
it's
that.
a grand idea.
Come. It's late morning. Let's go
I
get a
will
mead
laugh so hard if
and
Brian
we'll
said
plot
all
out
this up for
the
nothing.
right way to do this, right?
Yeah.
Sounds reasonable.
Yep.
You
we
are all
should-
quite fond of plotting. And not of action.
That's how we stay alive.
Okay.
Please don't put your mouth over my hand like that. I will not be bound.
Sorry, flip that. Other way around.
Strike that Reverse it.
My
over
hand
my
over your mouth.
Strike that. Reverse. Can we find a circular table at an inn?
That would have been even better.
I strongly suggest that Iona, princess of the people who live under the sea, purchase a round of mead, because it's morning time, mead for everyone. And then we can discuss how to best get their paperwork.
I like that because you're a princess, we assume you have money.
That is an incorrect assumption, but
He strongly suggests that you buy a round for everyone.
I suppose I shall. I'm assuming one of you will get the
Cheers.
next one.
Yes, of course.
Mead for everyone.
Let's go back over what we know. We know that that compound doesn't want people to know what they're up to. We know that they have a big maple leaf planet painted up there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard you say make-believe.
Yes, a
Maple
big
leaf.
make
We got a big make-believe painted.
Open your ears, Nadir.
We know that they're a bunch of liars.
Well,
I stab you with a dagger.
but we don't know rightly what they were unloading last night, do we? We just saw crates and barrels. We don't know what's in them. We don't know if it's the stolen goods that we think that they might have taken. Don't know it for sure. Now, how did them wagons get in and out? Through one of them gates, right?
Right.
Sure.
What if tonight?
We hide in a wagon?
No. What if tonight
Damn it.
we keep an eye out in all directions leading up to that compound, and we find one of them wagons before it goes in, and we sneak in on the wagon to go in with it? What do you think of that?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's try
I
it.
ain't the smartest guy, but I'm thinking that maybe if we could get in there, it'll be easier to snoop around.
And if we can't
Only
get onto the wagons, we'll just kill who's ever driving it.
Well,
No,
the only
no.
thing is I don't know how we'd get out of there. That's the problem. Might be able to get in, but how do we get out without getting caught up?
Kill everyone.
The same way we usually handle things.
Well, here's the thing with that, love.
Okay.
There was about,
I
what,
really don't,
12,
I
15 guys
really
in there?
don't mean kill everyone. It's just always what we've done so far.
But what did you count last night? 12, 15?
Oh, he counted, it was 9 come morning.
There was
9.
more at night.
But there was
Yeah.
more
More
at
at
night.
night.
So if we go in at night time to rightly snoop around, we're looking at more, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Now, there's 5 of you and 1 of me. That means we could at best kill about 11 or 12 of them. 1 for each of you, 5 or 6, 7 for me. But that's still not quite enough of
He's
a
not
security.
wrong.
So I'm
Raise
thinking
your
that
hand if
maybe
you haven't died yet.
maybe we need to find out
none of us
more about what's going in there before we try to sneak in there.
That's fair.
Maybe we don't
Sure.
sneak in on a wagon. Maybe we just stop it and check it out. Stall it
I
out.
agree.
Maybe a little distraction.
There's someone
Couple
who
of us
claims to
sneak
not
in
be
there.
very smart. You talk a lot of sense.
Well, let's just say this, mate. I got a lot of experience. See, before I came over to the colonies, I grew up on the streets. You know, stealing and whatnot. But then I got nicked, and
Especially
I had to
the
do
whatnot.
do a term
Especially
serve
the
it.
whatnot.
I got conscripted. See, then I was a soldier. They teach you things like strategy when you're a soldier, and
Yes.
cooking too.
And cooking.
Strategy and cooking.
And bacon.
You're
life
good
of a
at
soldier.
both.
Well,
I am
I
all
think
for
it's
this
a good
plan.
Yes. We will intercept one of the wagons.
What are your thoughts, Michael?
I think you people are insane.
Well, we already know that, but what are your thoughts about
I
this?
think you people are going to get me killed if you don't kill yourselves first.
Okay.
Yeah, but are you opposed to it?
I guess not.
I just
who
wanted
is
to
the
go to the
crazy one?
I
college.
suppose.
This is the way we do that.
Yup.
I mean, I have time before my papers come in.
I'm gonna spend where are you guys going for the day?
We're just at an inn.
Well, I don't know about you, but wouldn't it be a good idea to maybe scope out some more of them warehouses by the docks that got nicked?
Thank
Yep.
you. So,
That was the right answer.
yes. The two guards, were they dressed roughly the same?
They're in like wool cloaks, hoods.
That's
Shady.
awfully hot.
It is.
Not like,
Not heavy.
not heavy clothes.
Just shady clothes.
So maybe more linen than wool.
No, wool can be light.
Damn it, it's always itchy though.
No, like good suits are made of wool and they're great.
Yeah.
But they're always itchy.
No, they're not.
Okay. Anyway, but they weren't wearing uniforms. They were just they had their own, like, they're not like they didn't have a unified.
They don't have like a maple leaf emblazoned on their chest.
So they're
Wearing civilian clothes.
they work there, but they're not. Yeah.
Can we maybe spend, I mean, I was going to say spend time maybe seeing how many of them, or try to like spot how many of them are dressed in the same way, and try, how long would it take me to mock up one of their
costumes.
get-ups?
If you had the materials, a couple hours maybe.
Okay.
You don't know how like well they recognize each other on sight, so there's no way for you to predict, like, even if you had the outfit right, like you coming up with a new face. There's not a real way to figure out how like that would work out.
Sure. Maybe we go around town asking if anybody knows what company owns this emblem here.
That's a reasonable enough question.
Let's do it.
Is there a spot, maybe
Montage.
since we, right? Yeah, I'm thinking,
Montage.
what if you worked on getting disguises made? You guys went and investigated about the symbol, and then I'm wondering, is there a place where, like, one of us, maybe me, could post up in the other
Even though you're
warehouse
delegating
and
things
see,
for other people to do. Clearly, you mean yourself.
Wait, what? To do what?
to like post up and basically watch as wagons go in and out and see if there's any sort of like
Pattern.
symbol, pattern, code
Rhyme, reason to
word,
it.
that sort of thing.
I don't know if the disguises thing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
It's a good
we
backup.
We didn't see anybody leave.
Well,
Last night.
put it this way.
They're
what,
probably living
what
there.
would be the purpose of the disguise? To get in there and out without getting killed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So part of that is the disguise, but the other part is when you inevitably get confronted by somebody who's like, didn't you just work that shift? You know what I mean? Like, then there's the performance part. I could do disguises, but I can't do the deception part.
There's also
We can
'cause,
deceive
like,
You could.
for
last night we didn't see anybody leave.
Well, you didn't
Which-
see anybody, but you also had a good 3 to 4 hour chunk where you didn't see anything.
Well,
so.
that's what I'm saying. None of us saw anybody leave. We saw the shifts change, which leads me to believe that like they're probably.
There's no way for her to know that she failed at perceiving.
She knows
like-
that she can't see in the dark and that she stared out into
Yeah,
the abyss
but, like-
for 4 hours.
I
That's
mean,
not a
but
secret
this-
to
sure,
her.
but like in terms of perception, like
Nothing was amiss. For her.
she made a roll. Like it's like if you roll a stealth check, you always think you're good at stealthing. Like,
True.
you know what I mean? Like even if you roll a 2, like you think you did well, you just didn't.
Yeah.
Like,
2 is going dun, 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 dun. So I think scoping it out's a good idea. I think I've got some people I can maybe try to contact in here that might know what's going on here.
Right. So we could montage
Information
this.
gathering. Montage it.
sure.
Like
so
everybody just say what they're doing for
yeah,
the
and we'll
afternoon.
go through it. Yeah.
All right.
So Tyler, what are you doing?
I'm gonna head back to that bar
Okay.
where we were at and see if I can find criminal contact that I can. Ask
Yeah, you see
about.
the same guy who's mildly annoyed
Yeah.
because you asked him to come and stand outside in an alley for an hour
Yeah.
Oh.
and then didn't show up.
It's true.
Um,
But I'm gonna give him a gold piece and say I'm sorry about making you wait.
he's less annoyed.
That's good. I'm gonna ask him about this big ass warehouse.
Deduct it from your character sheet,
Oh,
please.
it's written.
Well, cross it out and write 14.
There you go.
Thank you.
No problem. Ask him if he knows anything about the big ass warehouse on the other edge of town. Big old maple leaf. A lot of guards, a lot of stuff going in and out.
Well, I don't know much about a maple leaf, but there's a warehouse on the south side of town.
Yeah.
Real insulated folk.
Yeah, they seem that way.
A couple of folks come in from off the island occasionally. But other than that, there's not a lot we know.
No.
They're not part of the Thieves Guild.
Yeah, so they're not with us. They're
Yeah.
a different group.
They're, yeah, I don't know.
Anything you...
They might be a rival Thieves Guild trying to impose on the territory of the Hang Cut, but
You see any other maple leaf stuff anywhere? Is there any other place like this around? Or is this kind of the only place around where we're seeing it?
every once in a while we see like a piece of linen with a maple leaf on it. Where did we? I think the last time we saw it, we were investigating a warehouse that we didn't rob.
Okay.
I mean, someone robbed it other than us,
So probably these guys.
which is why we were unhappy and investigating it.
Okay. All right. Thanks, buddy. You have a nice drink. And I'll leave.
LaTia, what are you doing?
I'm gonna.
Ask your dragon friends.
No.
Oh. But I wanted him to do the voice again.
No, I'm gonna go warehouse to warehouse, find out when things were stolen and what they noticed about how things went missing.
Sure, roll a general investigation check for that.
I like it.
I'll accompany you.
All right, Skyrick's coming with me. You said investigation?
One of you can assist the other one.
No, I
Get
can't.
advantage.
Oh, you assisted me then. I don't think I can get better than this, but... No, that's a 21.
Okay, yeah, so it takes you about 4 hours to go and talk to all the warehouse owners.
Cool.
But over the course of 4 hours, you get the idea that warehouses are robbed every 3 or 4 days. There's not really a pattern. Like, it's not big enough to have, like, if you mapped it out, you wouldn't be able to, like, make a pentagram or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that kind of, like, pattern.
Okay.
Because it's not a big enough district to really have a pattern.
Is it a large volume of things that go missing, or is it relatively small?
It's peculiar because it's never a lot from any one warehouse, but it's like collectively, it's all a lot, and it's always the same materials. So it's
Okay.
always spell components and reagents.
Okay. For, is it just general spell components, or is it for a specific type of magic?
Its majority of it is alchemical and herbal components, and a lot of times, like, the spell components just happen to be in the same crates because people who work warehouses don't really know the difference between alchemical substance and spell components when you're dealing with, like, a beetle and, like, bull dung. I don't know, whatever those spell components are.
Right.
So, yeah.
About a bull beetle dog.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I ask, because I also know about the maple leaf, if they've seen any maple leaf regalia around.
So you go and talk to about 5 different warehouse depots, and one of them hands you, like, a piece of linen with a maple leaf on it that's, like, arced with
That's
oak
it.
leaves.
It's arced with oak leaves, like that. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. I thank them all.
They are appreciative.
Cool. I assure them that we are getting to the bottom of this. I'm not specific as to who the we is, but we are
Sure.
getting to the bottom of this.
Some of them seem very happy, and some of them seem not to really believe you, but
Excellent.
they humor you because they have their stuff stolen. And
Awesome.
someone is doing something.
Okay.
Do you think this will be enough evidence to convince the others to attack?
No. It's just a cloth. And it's only from one warehouse. It's inconclusive. But
But the magical leaves were very conclusive.
the magical leaves were very weird, Skylark.
I'm sorry that they scared you.
I didn't say they scared me. I just said they were weird.
You
But-
don't have to be concerned.
I mean, whatever it is, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. So, I mean, this may encourage everyone else to attack. But I make no guarantees. I stuffed the linen in my pocket.
Ray, what are you doing?
So the initial impetus for who told us about these robberies was to get a fast track towards paperwork if we did a favor for the
Blades.
For the
dock
Emerald Blades.
master
Yeah.
of the Emerald Blades,
Yeah.
right? And he's there like every day. He has an office. I go to his office
Okay.
and I tell him about the compound and the maple leaf and what we saw about like carts and wagons coming in and things being offloaded and how they are very secretive. And I'm like, you know, basically, I think this is what's responsible, this organization. And they are very well armed and well guarded. Is that information what you needed?
We need a bit more conclusive evidence.
And then what? Because if we go in there and we were able to get what some examples of some of the stolen goods, the alchemy reagents and stuff, we bring them to you. The Blades take care of that maple leaf group. Because here's what I don't want to do. I don't want to get into a position where we go in there, we do all this stuff, and we give you evidence, and it's not enough. And now we have a Maple Leaf Guild, whoever the hell they are, probably magic using as well, who knows about us and wants to kill us.
Sure. If you can get evidence, I can fast track the paperwork. So if you can go in there and get some goods that have been stolen from one of the warehouses, that's enough to fast track paperwork. If you can eliminate a threat, so much the better. There's probably a reward in it for you.
All right, one more thing then, mate. You keep a ledger of all the goods that come in and out of the port, right?
Well, several, but yes.
Now, in such a ledger, you'd have something if it was to come in. If a shipment was to come in with alchemical agents and components, you'd know where it was going to be, right?
Right.
You got any warehouses holding any of those goods right now?
He kind of starts. He's got like 5 books in front of him. And starts like paging through all of them.
Maybe one that came in recently.
Well, the last shipment that would have had some of these goods in it went down 6 days off coast.
Oh, yeah, right. I heard about that.
Right.
Anything else that ain't been already stolen?
Not that I can see here. Perhaps. Well, we're currently storing what was recovered from that shipwreck in our warehouse for the Emerald Blades till we can get to the bottom of it.
Well, maybe we could keep an eye on that warehouse as well.
Right. That'd be good, I suppose.
Good then.
Spreading yourself a bit thin, ain't you?
We'll see about that.
All right.
We'll
If
check
it's-
back in with you.
If it's an Emerald Blade warehouse, is it being guarded by the Emerald Blades?
You're not there.
I know. I'm asking out of character. Like,
Maybe.
All right, so I find out which warehouse it is. And since that probably took like a half an hour, I make a beeline back to, are you with Elise posting up at the abandoned place?
I would have made a point to go to like a local, if there are any like tailors, so that I can at least get enough wool to mock up some of those cloaks.
Yeah, so in the docks district, if you were to go into the town proper, you could definitely find like a tailor
So
shop.
like outside the walls.
Right. But in the docks district, you see like a couple of like, there's like a guy with a stall with a few bolts of fabric.
Okay.
But it's not like a tailor shop. you
Sure,
know?
sure. I'm just looking for the materials because I've got the tools for it.
Right.
But if I can buy a few bolts of like wool from him, enough to make 6.
Sure, yeah. So for 1.5 gold, you can get enough to make
Okay.
6 cloaks.
So basically, like after that conversation, and I know where that warehouse is, I'm going to go back to where Elise is keeping an eye on this operation, and explain to her, and then when Michael gets back there, explain to him that this is not an organization that's like known, but we were told that we would have to get more evidence, like that based on just what we've seen, it's not enough for the blades to just come in and.
Are we all back at Elise then?
Well, basically, when
LaTia
everybody
is
gets
there.
back, I would share what
Okay.
I learned. But
How long would that have taken me to get, like, just go, buy bolts, come back?
Half hour, maybe an hour.
So by the time he makes it back to Elise, I'm there working on cloaks. Okay.
Yeah, I guess it's me and Scarlett to get back last because it
Yeah.
took me like 4 hours to do all that.
So, I mean, I would assume we all tell everybody all our stuff, all the same
Yeah.
information.
Yes.
I would think, because you have their sigil on a thing
I do.
that you got from one of the
robbed
robbed
warehouses.
places. I have a contact who's told me that they're finding these things in all of the robbed warehouses.
I mean, not all of them.
Well,
but
many of them. They have, this sigil emblazoned on one of their buildings. I feel like that should be enough evidence to get the Emerald Blade's interest in this.
What,
I don't feel like we need to risk our asses and go in there and get stuff to be able to say, well, this is what they have.
well, except that that's specifically what they want in order
Yeah.
to prove that happened.
Well,
I
so we
think
can't just
either
bring them.
need
He said
a
something
person
like that.
or
He
some
said evidence.
things.
Everything else we have is really circumstantial.
How long have
Like,
we
it's
been
not-
in Commonwealth?
like 2 days. Like this is the end of day 2.
Okay.
Well, this is mid-afternoon of day
Mid-afternoon
2.
of day 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I see anything during the 4 hours?
You saw less people. Some of them like went out the gate, and some of them you do like head counts every hour or so, and there are less people now.
Okay. Do I know by how many?
There are 7 less people now than
Okay.
there
So
were.
it went down from around like 15 to.
You went from 19 to 12.
It's
What
another.
is
Did
the
they-
banner thing that you brought back? What is that on?
It's just a piece.
It's
of
like a
cloth.
linen. Like you might put like.
tabard?
It's even smaller though. It's like that
Like-
big and would go like over a belt.
Okay. Is it like, what are the colors on it specifically?
Red,
Red.
green, and pinkish.
Yeah.
I was gonna say one other thing we could do as opposed to is I found these robberies only happen every 3 or 4 days or so. And based on Ray's information, our shipwreck cargo also contains things that this group might want, and it's being stored in a warehouse. We
So
could
they might be
stake
trying
out.
to get it
Yeah,
tonight.
we could kind of stake out that warehouse and see if they try and rob it, and we can cut them off.
Or allow them to rob it and follow them back here.
Or that.
I think that trying to get them at a warehouse makes more sense
Yeah.
because they're probably not going to have as many people going to get stuff because that's suspicious. That's too many people. We could set up an ambush at the warehouse, and we can effectively kill or restrain people, haul them into the Emerald Blades, and we have our proof.
When people leave, are they dressed in the regalia?
Or at least we're
Like
close.
nobody's really wearing regalia.
Okay.
Like they're just wearing
Clothes.
like fairly generic clothes.
Sure.
So the swatch of cloth that we've found, or that other people have found that has that thing, isn't something that they're actively wearing while they're in
Right.
here. It seems like it's either a calling card or they were wearing it while doing a robbery and it got left behind. But whatever it is, they're not wearing it here because he said that none of them had any kind of symbol on them.
See, I think if we get them at another warehouse, we need to have something that would tie it back to being here
Right.
Plant
for
some evidence.
proof. Well,
We have the thing.
We have the claw.
Plant a little bit of evidence.
What we
Right.
don't have is just as we've been watching, and like I relay again what I discussed with the dockmaster is that we don't have. We might have evidence that this group exists, but we don't have evidence that
They're
like
the
the
ones
stolen
they're
stuff
stealing.
is in here.
That's what I
Right.
mean.
That's what
And
they need to know.
True to Iona's nature, she doesn't want to just plant evidence on whoever because that could be untruthful.
That's why we keep someone alive.
It
We
could
turn
be
someone in,
what these are in the first place.
Interrogation, etc.
right, but it could also not be.
I see that. I see. Ooh, that's interesting. It could be somebody throwing us off.
Yeah.
That's why I think ambush, keep some or people alive, tie them up, turn them in. That we've established ourselves as doing this thing for the Emerald Blades already. They know it's not going to be like us robbing a place. If we haul a bunch of people in that we caught trying to rob a warehouse, we can kind of let the authorities take it from there, and that should function as some proof, get him his papers, and get us out of here.
But who's to say that
That's for them to decide.
that's not connected to you
Oh,
know,
no,
like
you know, at that point, it doesn't matter because at that point, we have caught someone who is robbing
we have
warehouses.
someone, we have proof, we can turn them in, get his papers. It doesn't matter. We can let the authorities go take it from there. We're not the police force here.
However, if it is connected to this warehouse, then we have left open a problem and a giant organization that has seen all of our faces and could connect us to capturing their people and getting somebody caught. Also, the people that we get caught could say anything.
Yeah, that's
They
I
might
have
not
I have no
connect it back
problem
to this place.
catching people and letting the authorities do their job.
But then we would all know that there are thieves around, and that's wrong.
Well, there are kind of thieves
This
around
is
all the time.
Yeah, there are thieves everywhere. Even
But we
even
could
under the
catch
sea.
these thieves.
I don't feel like that's my job.
Nadir, please. This sigil is an insult to everything that I believe in.
I don't believe in what you believe in.
Wait, which sigil?
The maple
Maple
leaf,
Leaf
probably.
But you care about me, right? Because you care that I get to the Bards College.
I'm a little bit confused, Skylark. I thought that you were saying that them people in there might be related to your lady.
No, you misunderstand. These are but pretenders to the throne. They think they are
throne?
some sort of
There's
autumn
thrones
guild.
involved now?
But my lady is the queen of autumn, and so they must be frauds and imposters. Usurpers, if you will.
Oh, I see now. See, this whole time I was thinking that maybe you knew something about what they was doing in there.
I heard her voice in a vision. She told me to follow the leaves and destroy the usurpers.
Is this whole complex made of wood?
Why didn't you just say that in the first place?
Treated
My
wood.
God.
Treated
I
wood?
said
So it
as
can't be,
much
like,
as I
soaked
thought
to
I
death or
needed to
anything.
get
It's-
you all to trust
Or
me.
like lit on fire very easily.
Not easily, no.
It would take a
I'm not,
good deal
I'm not
of
saying
fire.
that throwing a match in the
No,
kindling is
Michael.
gonna-
Did you quite catch what Skylark was saying? That they's supposed to be usurpers to his queen's throne.
Sure.
Do you think that when Clara was telling me about her dream or whatever you call it, that when she was saying there's a new power coming to the Glass Shores, that she was talking about these guys?
I like to imagine that at this point we have actually built a little mock-up of the warehouse. In the
We're plotting
Instead of like twigs and like
Ocean's 11 style. We've built a model.
I was
See, there's a gap in the dowel rods back here.
Do you know what I mean? I was thinking that originally, that maybe what Clara had prophesied, or whatever you call it, was that Skylark's queen was coming to the Glass Shores. But now I'm thinking maybe she's saying these fellows are coming to the Glass Shores.
Or
and
maybe
whether they're friends or foes depends on how you approach them. See,
I don't know about that. What I know is that if the way you approach somebody dictates whether they're good or evil, it kind of gives you an answer as to whether they're good or evil without having to approach them in the first place. I don't know who that lady you spoke to was referring to.
Point of order, she said friend or foe, not good or evil.
Sure.
Very important to Brian that you
all of our
understand.
foes are evil. This is what we must tell ourselves.
I'm not so disillusioned. I see the world in a very clear-cut kind of...
Cloth.
Let's just say that my experiences have painted my view of the world very orderly. Like, you're either good, you're evil, but there's not... There's some gray, but it's not that gray. Like,
Sure.
you're still... I don't know who she would have been referring to. But it's vague enough that she could have been referring to anybody. And if you think that that's these people, I mean, I'll help, but it seems more like a self-fulfilling prophecy to me. We could see anyone who knows magic, and
then
that
make
doesn't
them-
seem like
make
a
them
rare
the power.
thing.
Make them the
Vilify
power
anybody
by-
that fits the bill.
Yeah.
more I think about it, more I don't want to make some enemies out of somebody I don't even make enemies out of. Maybe Nadia's right. Maybe we'll just get the evidence we need, turn it over the blades, you get your paperworks,
We get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
and let the authorities decide. On account of the fact that if this is a new power coming to the Glass Shores, do we really want them to be a foe? If we don't even know what they're doing. Maybe what they're robbing is for a reason that's good, but we don't know it.
And here's how your whole thing about these people have now seen us. Someone's always going to want you dead at some point in time or another.
2 guards doesn't mean
Yeah,
anybody's
two
seen
guards.
us.
Yeah, 2 guards.
In another week, they wouldn't remember what we look like.
Exactly.
Well, maybe you, because you look different, princess, but not me.
I'm not a princess, but
Yeah, you're the only one here who really sticks out. Maybe her, but you're the only one that actually opened your mouth. So, I feel like for the most part, we leave it be. We're probably going to be fine. If we hear me out, princess, hear me out.
Wait a minute, just to clarify, I didn't mean to be smart. I really thought you was a princess.
more like noble. We don't have
all
a
right,
king.
milady. My
we have
apologies.
a council.
My apologies, milady.
Thank you.
Hear
you.
me out here. Yeah, I'm sarcastic about it.
You'll just have to understand the dynamic that Princess and Big Snake have with one another. You'll get used
There's
to
a
it.
reason they call me Big Snake. So, we do the stakeout. We get some people. We focus on keeping somebody alive, turning them in. We let the authorities handle it. We're not the police force here. It's not our job. Yes, we stumbled in on something, but at the end of the day, these people aren't really affiliated with his lady. We get these people into the police. We give them proper cause to believe that the people who are robbing a thing are also these people. That gives them enough evidence to come here en masse and wipe this out for us.
And then we go to school.
And for Skylark's lady.
And
You see, maybe your lady didn't mean that you yourself should go in there, all squishy like, and try to kill a bunch of
You're
trained
very
soldiers.
all squishy like.
Maybe your lady will be quite content to let the blades sort all this out.
Maybe she was just trying to make you aware of it so that we can, by association, bring justice here without having to act directly.
Right.
What he said. Point
Yes,
of order?
princess?
I agree that we should allow the proper authorities to deal with what is in their jurisdiction. That is how chaos is maintained. And I can agree with that.
But
However, should we find out at any point in investigating that, say we find out what's going on and we tell the Emerald Blades and they don't do anything about it, I don't know how deep any of this goes.
Deep. Get it?
Is that like an
don't
ocean
get it.
joke?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. It's a very
Now whose horse is last across the line?
I got it.
Wow.
I just didn't want to encourage you.
Yeah.
I think that if we find out that anything truly evil is going on here, that it is then, I see what you're doing over there.
I didn't.
It is then our responsibility to see that evil is stopped.
By what rate?
Are you not a good person?
I'm a person.
Have you met him?
I don't think so highly of myself as to believe that whatever
My lady.
domain I lay my eyes on is mine to control. There's a police force, they can handle it.
I can't speak for Nadir, but I'll tell you this.
But if you
I'm
did,
going to
I'd
give you
sound
my
pretty good.
word to you and Skylark. If after we get proper evidence and we turn it over and the Blades decide not to do anything about it and we feel compelled to squash the usurpers,
I do.
Oh, we know you do.
I'll help you with that fight.
Okay,
You've got my word.
that I can
That's
agree to.
Fair.
And whether I like it or not, I am lashed to you bozos, so I'll probably be helping too. I would just like to try it on easy mode for a change.
That's
Fair.
fine. Michael?
Things haven't been that challenging so far.
I feel like a couple people in a
think
warehouse would be easier than 20 people.
Oh, also, there's only 12
I
people
think
in this
Brian
warehouse
is
right
giving
now.
us
now.
options. He gave us a dilapidated building to use as a sniper nest.
Yes?
Yeah, I don't have a 50 cal. I have a crossbow.
Don't get me wrong. My character saying he'll give you his word doesn't mean we're just going to run up. Let's run up and open the door. Like,
And
there's going to be a
let's
hella
go.
strategy happening.
Sure.
But, you know.
I think we have a better alternative
Then
than,
death.
Yeah.
than running in headlong, and I think we should
So
look
let's
into
do
it
it.
first.
Let's get that evidence
Am
and
I-
turn it over to the Blades.
Do we
So
agree?
we-
Do we want to try?
Agree. We will go to the Emerald Blades warehouse. We will allow it to be robbed. We will try to capture.
They might not be robbed.
And if
might
they
not
don't
be
show
that. It might
up, for
happen.
how many days will we wait?
We're not going to wait more than a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be
been
about
a couple of
tonight-ish
days.
that they try to rob it if it's the only one in the area that has what they're looking for.
And
So-
if we tell the Blades to drop down their defenses and make it easy for them, sitting duck.
Well,
No.
we don't want it to be
Is that the expression?
suspiciously easy.
It's good enough.
So let's say that we're gonna do this. I know the location because he told me the location where that warehouse is. Are there adjacent warehouses where we could just set up like?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we could basically
Like it's actually like their warehouse is like part of the dock structure.
okay.
So
So we could go there before it even gets like night,
We can go
right?
now.
We could go now. We can. I'll show everybody where here's the place. Everybody's gonna post up, kind of figure out a spot and a way to cover all.
Should we
Everything
also
around
let
it
the
and out.
Emerald Blades know we're doing this, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let the dockmaster know that
And if the Dockmaster tells the Emerald Blades, then we'll definitely have a clearer way in.
right. So we go, we let them know, and we post up at different positions in the perimeter.
Cool.
So we could see all the ways in and out from that.
I like it.
I like it.
Yep. Do we all have a cloak?
Yeah, finished with all the cloaks, I assume.
Let's hold
He
on.
was
over
so
the-
while
they're
you
really
were
like
talking.
makeshift, but yeah.
And did I see
They're rushed,
any,
but-
while I was watching, did I see any like secret handshakes or
Not really.
no, nothing like that?
So what's the plan then?
So we're gonna surround the potentially to be robbed warehouse of the Blades, and we're gonna wait until nightfall.
Well, I think we should straight up be in it.
Okay, you go in. I'll be outside.
All right.
Okay.
I'm traveling pretty light. Leave the mess kit at home. Got the frying pan shield and my blades, and that's it.
Okay.
I'm not even wearing a shirt.
Okay.
Going in Vin Diesel style.
Is anybody else doing anything to prepare for the stakeout?
I'll do some burpees.
Okay.
All right.
You're sweaty.
Excellent.
You're sweaty.
I
and a
assume
little
that
tired.
3
You're
burpees
sweaty
makes
and
you
you
sweaty
hate
because
Jillian
3
Michaels.
burpees makes me
Because
dead,
remember,
so-
even though
just
it's
say you
cold
can't even do
in
one.
wintertime in Chicago right now, we are in a tropical climate. So it's
Right.
probably still like in the 80s even at nighttime.
70s, but
Okay,
yeah.
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 I'll just find a
Um,
good sized crate to hide behind.
Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming you mean like what we're doing to prepare before going there.
Look at that.
Yeah.
16.
I'm gonna
Those
find
are
a
some
weapon
burpees.
or
I do
armor
4
of some kind.
5.
Looking for some crossbow bolts. Looking for a
Do you
better.
know how to use a crossbow?
I do.
Is this a waste of time? All right.
No,
fine.
I'm proficient with crossbows.
Everything is 15% more expensive than it is in the player's
Yeah,
handbook.
you told me what else.
Here.
What can you afford for 14 gold?
Nothing.
A dagger. No, daggers are 20. Never mind.
You can afford a short
Ammunition.
So he's buying things. Anybody else doing anything? No? Okay.
No.
So you guys set up the stakeout. Can you make perception checks for me?
bow. Heidi ho.
Yes.
13. Wow, that's the highest
A 6.
perception I've had all day,
13.
other than the
15.
other 13.
22.
Wow.
He's busy shopping.
Your new nickname is going to be Eagle Eyes.
I stacked only the things that make me good at hiding and spotting people and then lying to people who don't
See the thing.
avoid noticing me.
Excellent.
Okay, so you guys take up your positions on your stakeout for. I mean, you get there close to dusk. You keep an eye on the warehouse for like 6 hours. It's close to 1 o'clock. Nothing.
I pour myself another cup of coffee. Just
About 1 o'clock, you notice maybe 3 blocks down in like where like the taverns and stuff are. You see a lot of smoke and a lot of light coming from that way.
They're robbing a tavern?
Oh, another warehouse.
I signal.
Bird noise. Bird noise.
To the tavern?
No, to point in the direction of where the fire is. To
Yeah,
Oh,
some
okay.
of
My
us aren't
comrades.
as perceivable.
Sure. You can tell that clearly a building is on fire, and somebody comes to like tell the blades that are at this warehouse, and they all rush off towards the fire.
Yeah.
It's a distraction.
We should
They're
stay
clever,
here.
aren't
We
they?
will stay here.
Okay. About 20 minutes later, roll additional perception checks.
Yes. 7.
13.
Another 13.
9.
21.
21 also.
You two.
Wait, what was that? Like,
It
it's
was
only a 21.
I went down a notch.
Not
It
above
was at
25
22.
this time.
So the two of you notice as 2 individuals in cloaks start to walk toward the warehouse.
We have
Really?
to wait for them to steal something.
They have to
And
come
they're
in.
walking down the street, and
just
as soon as
2?
they get to the opening in the gate, they sprint into the warehouse.
I don't know this. I'm pouring
We-
myself another cup of coffee.
You notice as they enter the warehouse, because you are in the warehouse, because that's where you chose to be.
Oh, that was sarcasm, but okay.
Well,
I assume people are seeing them and
Yeah,
coming
Well,
in.
Assume it.
I noticed
I'm gonna,
them.
yeah, I'm gonna keep watch behind whatever barrel I'm hiding in or whatever.
roll a stealth check.
And I'm behind a crate.
Oh, I'm really good at those. It's gonna be a 24.
Okay. They don't seem to spot you. They start like rummaging through some like chests and some crates.
I have a
And
16
finally,
stealth.
like, are you in the building too?
Yeah.
Okay. One of them opens a crate and like kind of like waves over the other one, and the other one kind of starts to approach, and then kind of stops, and and looks in your direction.
In Joe's direction.
I'll get out from my hiding spot then, and I'll
In that
stand
moment,
and deliver.
No, before he does anything, I'm going to try to cast sleep on him.
Roll initiative.
Roll for. It's
Who
a
gets
surprise
to go
round.
first?
Well, it's a surprise round. So
No, I mean between them.
I thought the point was to let them steal this shit.
Does he sleep
No,
them
no,
before
it's
he
to
he,
get them while
he
they're trying
assaults
to
them?
steal it.
So Joe jumps out and
So we
stands
catch
on a
two
crate
people
and
who are
says,
stealing things.
"Stand
that
and
they're
deliver!"
associated with this
And then
compound.
you immediately hit them with a sleep spell.
Yeah.
So the last thing they
point
notice
away.
before going unconscious, I'm
We're a
sure,
traveling band of idiots.
is
Let's snag these two people and
So
not
that
in any
was
way
a
associate
32.
them with the massive.
Yeah,
fucked
they're
to
both
death compound we
unconscious.
just spent 3 days staking out.
Well, Nadir just
I'm gonna
delivered.
run a rapier up.
Joe
someone's
called for a
You
hiding
stand and
stood,
deliver.
I delivered.
Yeah,
Can you cast Charm Person
They're-
at a higher level?
They're asleep now, guys.
I still don't
to
know. I'm
target-
assuming.
Yeah. to
Or did I hear Joe
target
say
more
stand and
people.
deliver?
you definitely
just to
heard
target
him
more people.
say stand and deliver.
All right,
Well,
I
that's
descend
okay.
and make my way over to the warehouse.
DC is always your DC
Let's
no
strip
matter
them
what.
of all of their
Okay.
everything.
You guys all following?
Yep.
I'll stay outside.
Nope.
No?
Did you effectively
That's
sleep
smart.
someone?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
but
wait
both of them
outside.
were
There could be a
asleep.
backup
Oh, okay.
crew.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
knocked both of them out.
I'm gonna wait
So we all
outside on the building across from this in the event that they fail
Yeah.
and they
smart.
come out. I actually want to catch them coming into this building here, not just
So
stabbing two
they're
random
asleep.
people
I'm
into a
gonna
warehouse.
call to you to let everybody else know to get in here.
Yeah.
They're
All right.
asleep. Call
Let's-
for everybody else.
Sure.
I get in there.
Sure.
Let's tie him up.
I've got like I say, I've got rope. Let's tie them up. We caught them red
I take
fucking
their
handed.
weapons, whatever weapons they have.
Do they
So
have
they have scimitar.
schemiters?
They both have scimitars,
Yep.
and they both have daggers
Okay.
with green blades.
Stupid.
Okay. I'm. Am I? All right. I've been on this island. I've been on the Glass Shores for 3 years. Is that a symbol that I'm familiar with?
It
the
is.
green blades?
They are emerald blades.
Oh, okay. It's an inside job.
Yep.
Or we're dumb.
Or both.
Or both.
Or both.
They're not mutually exclusive.
So I'm going to set their weapons on like an adjacent crate 20 feet away and then
Sure.
help Nadir tie them up.
And let's wait for anyone else to come.
Yep.
I'm already outside.
Yeah,
so that'll
he and
be
I
easy.
are outside.
Now, what is it that you said? No, I wasn't there. So what were they doing here, mate?
You can
Before
only
you
get
slept.
one of them tied up effectively before they wake up.
Oh, that's
Because
fine.
sleep only lasts a minute.
When the other one tries to wake up, and I just have my sword at him and I'm staring at him. Don't move.
Hi.
What's happening?
What are you doing here?
You were here to rob the warehouse, right?
I was here to inspect the warehouse
For who?
for the blades.
Right.
There's a lot of alchemical product been stolen lately.
Yeah.
We had to abandon our post to help with a fire down the road
Right.
Why were you running?
because we were told not to leave our post.
I'm not
And
really
we were
good at telling
concerned.
if people are good liars or not. So
Wait,
I'm
wait,
just going to keep
wait.
you here.
I-
No
Point of
offense,
order,
mate.
real quick. Hold on. Out of game. We said we told what's his dick that we were
Yes.
going to do this.
Yes. Yes.
So the Emerald Blades should be aware of the fact that we're here.
Yes.
And this guy's full of shit.
But
Can I
that might be
roll-
out of game, but I don't have insight, and I just in character said that I'm not really good at telling if people are good liars. So
Yeah.
Well, I just mean that, like, logically, if you know as a character that we
Right.
told the guy,
yes.
everyone here should be aware.
Oh, wait.
Right. So
Oh, that is.
we're here to
efficiency.
protect this warehouse and to find out who's been robbing
whose
those
orders?
alchemical agents. I'm the Darkmaster. We're doing a favor for the Blades. Now you Blades, right?
We are.
Okay. And you know that certain alchemical agents and spell
Reagents and
things
whatnot.
have been stolen from warehouses recently.
Right.
And you know that no one's caught who's been nicking all this stuff, right?
Right.
And now you're here, snooping around through that crate that has...
I don't know about snooping.
well, right. But you were looking around.
Right.
Right.
To ensure that the goods were still here.
Right. And then what?
And then we'd stand our guard.
Now, somebody set a fire.
Yes. We were just helping put that out.
Right. Now, What if somebody comes along and tries to steal these agents?
Well, that's why we're here.
I'm rolling insight.
I rolled an 11 on my insight.
They seem
Legit.
legit.
21.
They seem legit.
Yep.
Okay, so untie them.
I have a 12. You had a
Let
21.
them in on.
Okay, so you understand the reason why, at first, before we knew you were Blades,
We knocked your asses out.
we took any precautions. Because we thought
Right.
maybe you as an advanced group come here to steal those
Right.
agents.
Just not to criticize your methods. But typically, if you want to catch someone in the act of doing something, you catch them after they've done it,
Right.
not
Precisely,
knock them out
which is
before
why
they
you
do
should
an illegal
remember
thing.
that I'm not the one that knocked you out in the first place. I'm just making sure you don't
enough.
stab anybody.
Okay.
So, with that being said, we should wait here, right?
Right.
Because there's a very good chance that after that fire, some guys are going to try to come right here.
Are they
and
wearing the
steal
same
these
kind of
things.
cloaks and same kind of clothes we saw at this compound?
Now that you look at them, pretty much everybody in this town wears the same kind of cloaks and the same kind of clothes.
Awesome.
That's obnoxious.
Wow.
So,
Now he mentions it.
Crimes of fashion.
Nobody asked.
where would you normally be stationed if you was God in this place? Outside or in?
Well, two of us would be inside, and two of us would be outside.
So, how
but
about
the other
this?
two are still putting out a fire.
How about this? One of you stay here with him and him.
Right.
The other one go outside with us,
Right.
and we keep an eye on this warehouse and see if them's what's been stealing all these things tries to come and get this warehouse. And we help you out. Savvy?
Seems appropriate,
Fair enough.
given that you've just held a blade to my throat.
Well, but you
Like I
understand.
said, no offense, just taking precautions.
Sure.
I'll be outside.
All right.
Sorry I knocked you out.
And this time we will wait for someone to steal something.
Yeah. I jumped the gun on his gun.
Yeah.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was
so
efficient.
everyone back to your places and let's try this
Places,
again.
places, reset.
Yeah.
So who's inside and who's outside?
I'm going back outside.
Outside, outside,
Inside.
outside, inside, inside.
Inside.
So it's the
With a
same
guard.
basically, but with
Well-
two guards.
But Iona is now inside as well.
Yeah.
We also know
Roll-
now where you all know where the alchemist is.
Perception checks if you were inside.
Oh, inside. Nope,
Uh-oh.
not me. There you go, Joe.
19.
18.
11.
Okay. Roll with disadvantage, actually.
Oh, man.
How does that work again?
You roll
Roll
again.
again.
I'll
11.
take the lower.
9.
You said perception?
Mhm.
16
Was the lower?
was the lower. Okay, yeah.
You are pretty sure that nothing has come in, but you hear noise at the dockside door as the door shuts.
And are things missing?
Yes.
How the hell?
What do I see from outside?
You are on the not dock side.
Right, but on the roof, do I see anything at the dock?
And our Emerald Blade buddies still here?
They seem confused.
This is annoying.
So we are dealing with.
The Flash.
Or-
This
Or
must be a
invisible.
master
Yeah, I'm
thief.
being a smart ass. Fuck you.
Roll
we didn't see-
investigation.
All of us?
Only the inside?
Only the inside people.
14. 19.
20.
13.
You guys do see footprints in the dirt, because the floor is dirt, that lead in to the crate and then back out.
And we didn't see the crate be disturbed or anything.
Despite the fact that we were, I'm assuming, standing right by it.
Well, that's why you were given perception checks instead of a passive perception.
I'll follow the footprints immediately.
Okay. You follow them for like a half mile.
Wait, do we see him leave the building?
Sure.
The outside
Yeah.
people? Bloody hell. I climb down and follow him so he doesn't get murdered.
Okay. You guys follow the footsteps for about a half mile, and then they stop.
Do they lead back
Where
to
do
here?
they stop at?
No.
Oh.
They stop in like the middle of
Oh,
a
fuck.
crossroads.
They stop. I get my sword out and I'm actively searching around.
I cast Fairy Fire right where the footsteps have stopped.
You see a gentleman.
Oh,
Wait. Wait.
I'm afraid of gentlemen.
What's your save DC?
You must have a 14 or better.
You see the speckle of a boot as a gentleman rolls out of your spell effect.
I am there. I don't see shit.
Right, that is a proper thief.
Looking down the road. Wait, is he still there? Or
Would we have seen them?
Where did they
run
leave
off?
the building through? The front or the back exit?
The dockside exit.
Okay, so me and Lotus wouldn't have noticed anything.
seeing them pull out their blades, I will.
He said a half mile.
Yeah,
you
they're-
don't see
Oh,
shit
okay.
unless you
Never
followed
mind.
us.
Yeah.
We ran after him.
So
Skylark,
he's-
let's
is he
go
still
back
leaving footprints
towards
somewhere?
where everybody else
Footprints
was.
stopped because he stopped.
Right.
He
Don't
tumbled.
know about our
Right.
invisible
There's got to be
friend.
footprints again if he's running.
Yep.
I think this might change the game.
Or a
little
body impact for where he tumbled.
Yeah.
All right.
You see a body impact for where he landed.
Okay. So is he? Someone stabbed the body impact.
I didn't see this, right?
Yeah.
You saw a boot as he narrowly escaped.
Yeah, but
the
now I
fairy
don't
fire.
see anything.
Well, you
So
see a body impact where like a body hit the dirt.
Uh-huh.
And if
And
you don't
then-
see any other movement,
And
He's probably
That's
still
where
there.
he is.
Then either he grew wings or kill it.
All right, mate. Why don't you just stand up and revere yourself? I don't really feel like stabbing somebody I don't know.
he kind of like shimmers into existence.
What does he look like? A human?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's,
Young, old?
like early 20s.
Okay.
Pretty pale skin. Wearing the cloak of Commonwealth, essentially.
Yeah.
You know?
the common cloak.
The cloak of Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Everyone gets one when they enter.
Right. My name is Ray.
Roy.
That's Skylark. We don't know if you're friend or foe, but you must be working for them who has the maple leaf, right?
The what?
What outfit are you with?
I'm just trying to acquire some product with which to make an honest, slightly less than honest living.
Can I start to make my
Um,
way towards this
Who,
interaction?
who do you
You
sell?
don't know that you
Who do you
don't
sell
know
your
that
products
there's
to?
interaction.
Do you sell it to those guys? What wear the maple leaf?
I sell it here and there. I don't want to go into details.
Well, maybe you could help us out and we could help you out. See, we're trying to find out who's been robbing all of the alchemical agents
He's right here.
and magic components from these warehouses recently. We were wondering if it has anything to do with that compound of warehouses that has the maple leaf on it. Do you know what I'm talking about, Matt?
I wouldn't have any idea. I have been robbing warehouses.
Right. But we ain't necessarily interested in getting you into trouble. See, trying to help you out, you help us out. Do you know anything about them who has the maple leaf?
No,
You never sold anything to them.
not that I know of.
Who do you sell your stuff to? Is
Here
it
and
to a
there.
lady?
No, I sell it here and there.
He's lying. He's a thief. You can't reason with him. You're
Let
under
me see if I
arrest.
can tell that he's lying. Hey, that's the best roll I've had all day. That's an 18 for insight.
Sure, he's obviously being deceptive and evasive. It's the best you can tell.
Well, see, here's the thing. My friend His name is Skylark.
Right.
He believes. Do you know what I'm talking about? That warehouse with the maple leaf.
No, I don't know anything about it.
All right.
Fantasy, good
Let me
cop,
say-
bad cop.
Let's say that you don't know anything about it. Well,
It's not a
Skylark-
let's say situation. I
Skylark,
don't know anything
he
about a
thinks-
warehouse.
He thinks that them who stays up by that maple leaf compound, that they're not quite in alignment with his lady. See, he believes that they're not up to any good.
Who might his lady be?
What's your lady's name, Skylark? I forget. What's her name?
Leanne and she, Queen of the Autumn Court,
Do you know about her?
Lady of the Wild Hunt, and not a woman to cross.
That's a 19. You sure you don't know about
Has,
her?
like you say the name and he has no idea. He's what?
See, that's what I thought. Them
I
who-
suppose you nicked me. We should probably. I don't know how this goes. I've never been nicked before, but I assume I go to face charges somewhere.
Right. Well, maybe there's a way out of that too.
Well, I think it's time I go straight. I've been looking for an excuse to turn over a new leaf, and I'd hate to do so without
He said leaf.
taking responsibility for my prior actions.
Right. How about this? Be a good chap. Wrap your wrists with this here rope and let us bring you in. I'll put
How
a
do
good
you
word
wrap
in
your
for
own
you.
wrists?
I'll wrap you up. I'll put a good word in for you. And maybe we can make this all work for everybody.
Maybe.
Maybe. All right, Skylark, tie him up. Come on then.
This is too easy.
Now, if you don't mind, I'll carry your pack, which has all those reagents.
Sure.
So we'll make it look like we caught you red-handed.
Well, you did.
Yeah, right. Let's go.
Right.
Right.
He goes.
Skylark,
invisible
you
and
lead the
runs
way
away.
back. I'll walk behind him, and we'll be all right.
Where are you taking him?
Back to the Dockmaster's
Sure.
office.
No, we need to go back to the warehouse.
Back to the Dockmaster's office. Trust me, Skylark. Who needs papers? Her? Him, or her? You. This is the right way to
man
go.
is not telling the truth.
Right. You need those papers. You want to go to the Bards College. Your lady wants you to go to the Bards College too, don't she?
He wants you to turn him in, so clearly we should do the opposite.
What a convenient thing. Trust me, this is all going to work out just fine.
Do you guys come back for us at all? Or do you go straight to the office?
Yeah, it sounds like they're going straight.
I need to tell the others what's happened.
Okay, fair enough. Let's go.
They come back for you, apparently.
Okay.
Did you relay everything that's been happening?
Here's the
Sure,
thief.
right in front of the guy. He's tied up.
I break his fingers.
Oh my God! Can you let me roll a charm person
Our
first?
party reputation.
Is that an intimidation roll?
No,
no.
I'm not trying to intimidate him.
If you wanted, that would give you advantage.
I break his fingers, and then I take out a piece of the cloak and I rip it off and I gag him with it.
Oh.
You told me he turned invisible. Spellcasters need a couple things to continue casting spells.
Oh.
And binding his hands doesn't stop him from doing so.
That is why you are the right chap for the job. See,
He came all
I don't
the
know
way
anything
back
about
here.
all those spells, and
I'm nonplussed by what's just
Right.
happened.
And I kind of like lean into the guy and I was just like, you want us to take you to the authorities so that when they put you in a jail cell, you can get out easily again, didn't you?
No.
gagged.
Oh, yeah. You gagged him.
Nod yes, shake no.
Oh.
Right.
he said he wants to turn over a new leaf.
I cast charm person.
You've been here in the
Is he
Commonwealth.
at a
He's
dis-
hostile.
He gets
Would she be-
advantage on the save.
gonna say, 'cause she's- 'cause
he's
he's
being
in pain.
hostile. He makes a save.
Oh, shit. Those were some
That's never been a good
both
not a
high
good spell
numbers.
for you.
16 and 11.
Well, it wouldn't have beat. A 16 beats it, but not an 11.
Well, those
He had
were the die
advantage.
rolls. As you cast Charm Person, he looks at you and he says, "Oh,
Oh my god.
Who's holding the rope?
As far as anyone is concerned, it is a successful spell."
Well, you might know about magic. I know about how to get papers. You take him and this here bag of evidence to the
search it.
Dockmaster, and he gets his
He
papers.
took everything.
He took the reagents. Does he have anything of personal value on him?
Oh,
I wish you wouldn't have
let's
told me that.
have this conversation on the way to
Yeah.
where Ray says.
I want to check his pockets.
Yeah, you can go ahead and it'd be fine if we checked your pockets, wouldn't it? All right,
With his
search him.
broken fingers.
You don't see anything of particular interest.
Identification, anything?
Let's bring him back then.
I'll stay here.
Is there anyone else coming?
Here?
Skylark,
Oh,
you know that you want to be the one towing the rope with the thief, right?
Because that'll get you your papers.
Right.
That gets you all the glory.
And then the emerald blades.
If you
Get your
want,
papers.
I'll give you the evidence, and you can take him yourself.
I think you should take him, and you can explain what you did to his fingers.
I'm going with.
Yeah, we're all
And I'll
going.
explain, if it makes you feel better, what I did to his fingers. But you still need to get your papers, Skylark. We can't avoid this task, all right? Let's
You've
go.
been avoiding the task for the past 2 days.
Who's got the rope?
Skylark's got the rope.
Of course he does.
I have
He
the
needs
bag
to.
of evidence. You want I should ungag him so you can understand what he's trying to say.
No.
If you ungag him, I'll have to take out his tongue.
But,
Please leave
God.
the gag in.
I prefer.
but she asked him a question, and he's trying to answer a question.
That's nice.
Aren't you
It's
curious what he's got to say?
Not really.
Can I
I'm
roll an Arcana to know if his invisibility spell has, if it's a
What's-
verbal component?
You, as a bard, invisibility is on your spell list, so you would know. I don't
Okay.
know if it does or not.
Okay.
I
believe it does.
I think it does.
Most.
You also know that invisibility can be cast through scrolls, through potions. Like, there's lots of ways
Okay.
to become invisible, magically speaking.
Yeah, but he seemed to have dispelled it on his own.
Well, you would be able to do
What
that.
if it
with
was a
with
divine
scroll
spell?
or-
Maybe his gods gave him the power of.
Yeah.
Invisibility.
Of invisibility.
I just kind of just. So
There's got to be a
scared of
cleric
the
domain that
Dockmaster.
has invisibility on the list.
Vocal somatic material.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
say
let's
we
just take
leave
him
him
in.
gagged.
His
and
hands
take him.
are his fingers are broken, so
Yeah,
he
he
can't
can't
use somatic
okay.
components anyway.
Bring him in. Let's go. What he says doesn't really matter.
I mean, we could question him.
I'm not
He's here.
ungagging him. I know this because I have a spell that's only vocal, and it makes you do things out of character, that is. But I'm not ungagging him.
I agree. I think we should just haul him in. Let the,
Oh, him?
Right,
let
off
the,
we
let
go.
the police take everything into do the thing. Sorry about your fingers, bro.
Skylark, if the Emerald Blades don't help us after we turn him in, I will march into that compound with you. But we need to do this first.
Fine.
We go to the harbor or wherever Ray says that we need to go.
Dockmaster or
Dockmaster's quarters.
You take him in. The Dockmaster looks
I actually am going to stay at the warehouse
okay.
just for the sake of it.
We found your thief.
Oh,
Him what was nicking all the reagents.
sure.
This one, who needs the papers, he was smart enough to find out this guy was turning invisible. That's how he was getting in and out of all the
Oh,
docks.
there's a clever folk.
Right. So, this here's your evidence.
Well, you caught him red-handed, I suppose.
Aye, sure we did.
I'll make a call. Well, I'll send a letter. Have your papers taken care of by tomorrow.
See?
Everybody wins.
I step forward and I kind of give Skylark a look. I broke his fingers in the process.
Well, if
he
he was going invisible, you had to stop him from casting spells somehow.
Oh, so you understand.
Right.
Right. So I don't need to tell you to not take the gag off of him either.
Good thought.
Yeah. Just some good advice from
Sure.
one to
Appreciate
another.
it.
Sure thing.
Right.
Good? Are we good?
So he's going to get his papers tomorrow.
Right.
And what's
Perfect.
going to happen to this one?
Well, he'll stand trial. Pretty clear-cut evidence, but one of you might have to testify, but he'll either lose a hand, join the Blades.
What do the Emerald Blades need in terms of reasonable doubt to go investigate someone's shipyard
What you
if you
mean?
suspect them of harboring illegal goods and whatnot?
Well, I suppose there'd have to be some compelling evidence.
He told us that he sells the reagents here and there. We suspect that he's been selling it to a shipyard that has the emblem of a maple leaf on the front of it. And that's where we think all of your reagents that have been stolen have been going. Here's what we found on him as he took it from one of the warehouses right after the fire was started as a distraction, but we think the rest of them are inside that compound. As that's
Maple
where...
leaf symbol, you say?
Yep.
Well, it sounds like the Children of Autumn. Peculiar group. Pastisome, but not altogether criminal. Mischievous, perhaps.
Where do the Children of Autumn come from?
Well, I believe they have a compound on the south side of the docks.
Have they always been there?
Well, I've only been dockmaster about 3 years. Been there. They've grown a bit, but took up residence about the time I became dockmaster.
What more do you know about the Children of Autumn? Who do they serve?
Isolated group, really. A few of them go off to the wilderness occasionally. I think they entreat with the wild folk of this region. Druids and rangers and the like. Possibly some natives. Wouldn't know. Don't ask.
And why would you allow a thief to join the ranks of the Emerald Blades?
Well, it's a good recruitment tool.
Is it? So your entire organization is run by thieves and bandits?
Ray,
Could be. Ray, you got a problem with us taking thieves in as members of the Emerald Blades?
Not at all.
Huh. Interesting. I suppose we could go back and institute some sort of legal consequences outside of conscripted joining. But we'd have to go back and look at all the books over again.
And
Who
how do
loves
you keep
books?
someone... Surely there are people who do turn around and live more profitable.
Who's to
and
say this
good-
gentleman won't?
Who's to say that he won't continue to steal under the guise of the Blades and sell it to this other group?
Well, sometimes you have to take a chance with people. We'll keep an eye on them.
plus I
Put
feel like
them
the
under guard
punishments would be
regularly.
even worse.
What are you
I
getting
should
at,
hope
Ayana?
so.
Right, it wasn't so bad for you, was it?
Nope. Did me time. Learned a few valuable skills.
You went straight. Right.
Right.
Man makes some damn fine bacon.
He looks at you through his gag and he goes, I'd like to go straight. He's let me go straight.
Please don't break any more of my
Shit.
fingers.
You should know that I am taking it... I'm talking to the guy in the gag. I am taking it under personal advisement that if I ever catch you stealing again, I will take your life.
You seem so nice. What? a minute ago.
Nice people don't steal.
Right, that's why I want to stay. I'm not nice. I want to be nice. I'd like to be nice sometime.
Then you should have no problem holding up your end of this bargain.
Yes,
No,
You
no,
don't
no, no.
steal, I don't kill you.
Right, seems fair.
And she knows about bargains. Don't we have to go back to an island at some point?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
working on it.
I
I got like 6, I don't know,
When
like
he
11
mentions
months left.
island, you take 2 points of damage as your needle wound starts to like throb.
Oh, Jesus.
I didn't do it.
I realized that maybe his gag is a little loose, and I tighten it because he's able to speak clearly.
I pat him on the back and I give him a little pat and I say sorry about the hands, but
Where can I learn more about the Children of Autumn?
your local library.
Not
I
to.
loosen it so he can breathe. It's in his mouth, not in his nose. I slap him and say, "Stop being a little baby."
He's confused.
Bed snacked around.
He like walks toward a cell, eyeballs the dockmaster, and like nods to the cell. Dockmaster, out he goes in.
Dockmaster.
Right. Yes.
How would one go about talking to these Children of Autumn folks?
Oh well.
We tried just walking up and saying hello, and
A fairly isolated group. We can find a
Talking
way
to
to
an NPC.
find a way
Time
to
you've said fairly isolated group.
probably find a way to get on the good side.
I
They
sure
do
like
recruit
wearing
it
pants.
somehow. I'm not sure how, but
Shorts are the best.
their numbers grow and fall, so somehow they must do some sort of recruitment. Aside from that, I suppose ask around town. Most of the folk here find them mischievous and annoying, but not altogether violent.
right.
Dope.
Well, we'll return for the papers, and we thank you very much for your time.
Sure, where you staying? I'll just have them dropped off right there.
At the
I named the inn where I
Sure.
work.
All right.
in.
Ray's place.
Should be there about 10 a.m. tomorrow.
all right, we leave. We leave nimble
So
hands in the care
somewhere
of the
between
dockmaster.
there and the inn, let's make sure we're not being followed.
Agreed.
Roll perception checks.
Yes, finally, something higher than a 13. 21.
Ooh,
You
Oh,
said perception?
a 2.
Oh yeah,
20.
I need to throw a little
8.
work into my
24.
Okay. Yeah, as far as you know, you're not being followed.
Okay.
Tail.
I'm going to run back and go get Lotus. Meet back at the inn. And I'm going to recommend that tonight you take turns taking shifts. So there's always somebody in your room who's awake.
Do we want to... How far does detect magic go?
It's like 30 feet.
If
I'm not
someone's
talking about
nearby who's
invisible
invisible,
people.
maybe.
I'm talking about
No.
just to play it safe.
I will
You
ritually
might want to have somebody
cast
watching your back
detect
while you
magic.
sleep.
Say that again.
I'm saying just have somebody in each room who's taking a shift to stay awake and guard. I'll go back to the warehouse and get Lotus, and we'll all go back to the inn.
Okay.
Cool.
I, using city secrets, make the fastest
Right.
route. I
Cool.
summon Lotus. On the way back to the inn, I fill her in.
Sure.
I make another check to make sure we're not being followed back. Yes.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. No? All right. So I fill her in on everything we talked about, the Dockmaster and paranoia, and then I go to sleep.
Sure. Lotus, when you get back to the inn,
Yeah.
the tavern keeper kind of like waves you over and hands you a note.
I like notes. I take it.
Sure.
Yeah.
What does it say?
It is a message from Bosco.
Cool.
You are required to attend a meeting with the Council of Commonwealth. in order to process essentially diplomatic papers.
Oh, cool. All right. Where is that? Is that in Commonwealth?
It's in Commonwealth
Okay.
proper, yeah. It is tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Cool. I put the
I
note
think
in
we
my
can
pocket.
get in there tomorrow. Cool.
You guys doing anything else tonight?
Nope.
Other than sleeping?
Are we all sleeping in the same room?
I think that would be smart.
It's up to you. I mean, the room has 3 beds.
I
so if
sleep
you
in
do,
a closet, so
What? How many entrances are
I
there?
sleep
in the
in
it's an
room?
room.
employee closet.
Like, are they all like shuttered doors and like windows?
Cheaper
there's
than a
a
full-size room.
door and a window.
I take 2 strands of hair and pluck them out, and I tie them, one to the door handle, and then to attach it to the side of the room, and the same to the window, so that if they get opened,
The hair is gone.
Okay.
yep.
Could have just used rope.
True.
But then
That's
it
not as
keeps
fun.
the door from opening.
Well, isn't that kind of what we would prefer?
Well, she wants to know if
Yeah, she wants to know if someone
yeah.
gets in. I get that, but if we tie the window and the door shut, someone trying to get in and not being able to will make noise. Which,
She used hair.
yeah, sure.
The night goes uneventfully. After breakfast, 10 o'clock or so, the papers show up.
Do we all still have our papers?
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine
Just
are
making
my
sure
ba-
nothing
mine
was
are in my
stolen in the
knapsack.
night.
You absolutely can. And we can go ahead and employ those papers next time.
On the
Bards
Tale.
Dun, 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 dun.
Why the National Geographic?
I was going to say, is that like BBC?